School. I'm Mike. Eric's not here today because we are on location in the Dundee Hills AVA up in Oregon. We're at Amie Vineyard with Luke. What's up, Luke? Thanks for joining us. And we're going to talk about something that's a really amazing, interesting project, the Cube Project, which is a terroir experiment done with my favorite grape, Pinot Noir. And we're going to drink a little bit. So, Luke, you want to tell us a little bit about the winery, what you guys did here, and what we got going on?
I'm with Amie Vineyards. We came up with an idea called the Cube Project, where we would really test technique versus terroir. What stands out more?
Awesome.
Is it the winemaker's hand in the process, or is it the land from which the grapes are grown?
Which is a debate we've been having for thousands of years, right?
Thousands of years. Does the place matter?
Yep.
But I would like to think that it does, and ultimately what we decided to do was a project with Pinot Noir, like you said, using one clone, Pommard.
Same clone.
Same clone.
Oh, so I did not know that.
One clone,
awesome.
Grown at 3 different wineries. Lincourt, which is located in Santa Rita Hills, that's just north and west of Santa Barbara.
Okay.
From the Carneros region, we have Bouchain, so that's that little AVA that's tucked between Sonoma and Napa.
Yes.
And then also the Willamette Valley, our vineyard here located in the Yamhill-Carlton AVA.
Okay. It's not in Dundee Hills?
We're not in Dundee Hills.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
This is the Yamhill-Carlton AVA. This is
awesome.
one of the largest.
Where's the demarcation line for that?
It's actually right behind our property.
Oh,
so
really?
if you go to the bottom of our hill,
Yeah.
out back, there's a creek. On the other side of that creek, that's the Dundee Hills. That's how different the soils are here.
So you guys don't have that kind of that clay, that reddish.
We have a soil here called Willikenzie series. It's an uplifted marine sediment.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
so very different.
Yeah, very, very different. Where the Dundee Hills AVA has a soil type called Jory. Jory is a volcanic soil, so you get this really ferrous, iron-heavy red soil.
Yeah.
Versus this very, very yellow, kind of orangish, like white soil that's all uplifted marine sediment. Very, very old stuff.
Okay. Wow.
So it was all done with the Pommard clone P4 for the Pinot Noir selection. Each winery was allowed to pick their pick date. Other than that, we all got a homogenized sample of fruit.
Did you guys standardize like the row spacing and the canopy management? So it was totally up to the vineyard.
Totally up to the vineyard, right.
So just grow the same clone however you grow it here.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Like trellising could be different, the vertical height of the vineyard could be different.
Yeah.
These are all things that can have a kind of a role in how the end wine will taste.
And also the green harvesting and
certainly.
All that was completely left up to
vineyard management was left up to the vineyard owners. So in this case, it was going to be Lincourt, Santa Rita Hills, Bouchain. They can handle their vineyard however they want. And then our vit guy, Jason Tosh, he's awesome at what he does. He grew some great Pinot Noir right out of our backyard.
Awesome. And so then we grow the grapes and then we give it to all the
Absolutely. So here's how it works. We pick about 6 tons. We keep 2 tons for ourselves. We give 2 tons to Bouchain and 2 tons to Lincourt.
Okay. And what is that as a percentage of your total production?
Very small.
Very small.
Yeah, we make about 300 tons a year.
Okay.
So for us to make just 2 tons,
percent.
It's like 1 fermenter. Okay, just a couple percent, right?
Got
it. If that. Yeah. The way we wanted to do it that way, so that everybody has the same size fermenter, everybody has the same amount of fruit, so that everybody gets to work with the same amount of gear.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
What we have here today, what we're going to taste through, are the 3 Pinot Noirs that our winemaker made in 2010. Part of the Cube Project. He will have made 1 from the fruit that we grew, 1 from the Bouchain fruit, and 1 from Lincourt fruit. If you were to go to Bouchain, they would have 3 similar wines, but made by their winemaker, and same with Lincourt.
So I think what would also be interesting would be to see, and obviously maybe you guys don't have this here, but like the same fruit done by the 3 winemakers.
Right.
So you'd have to kind of go to each winery and
I can't give away everything. I want people to pick up a cube for yourself, because ultimately what you get is you get 9 wines. You get 3 made by our winemaker Thomas Houseman.
Oh, can you buy the whole cube?
You can buy a whole cube. You get 9 Pinot Noirs. You get
awesome.
3 from our vineyard, 3 from the Bouchain vineyard, and 3 from the Lincourt vineyard.
Cool.
In each case, you'll have 3 wines made by each winemaker.
Awesome.
1 wine from each vineyard. Yeah. It's a mouthful, I know.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's try it. So this is the first one that we're drinking is the one you guys made.
Yeah, home base. That's right.
Home base, how we call it?
This is classic
marvelous.
Yeah, right? 2010 was a gorgeous year here. It was a cool year, a lot like 2011, but we got some great Pinot Noir ripeness that year.
This is everything I love about Pinot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Classic Willamette Valley, lots
of acid. Fruit is right there. This I think could probably sit for another 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, not lose an inch of it. So how do you guys get the grapes to travel? I would imagine like going back and forth to Sonoma and Santa Barbara is pretty easy, but that's quite a haul.
Yeah, so down to Santa Rita Hills, the exact distance between the Lindcourt Vineyard and us is 915 miles. That's not an insignificant amount of distance for grapes to travel. What we do is, let's say Lindcourt picked their 6 tons, they would mix everything together so that all 3 wineries get a homogenized sample. That way it's not like Lindcourt's keeping the best 2 tons for themselves.
Got it.
So what they would do is they would put everything on a truck after that. They would truck up in a refrigerator truck 2 tons to Bouchain, just keep that truck going all the way up to Amie. Within 48 hours of pick date, that's when we get our fruit.
Awesome. And the heater just kicked on in here, so there may be a little extra noise here. We'll try to talk more loudly for you.
We're midwinter, that's what you're gonna do.
What are you gonna do? All right, so the next one that we're gonna try is the
Bouchain.
Now you guys do screw caps for everything?
We use screw caps for everything. It's not for everybody. A lot of wineries still love to keep cork, but we like to ensure that every bottle you open is going to be exactly how we intended it. It's never going to have any variability. It's going to be great wine every time.
And so did the winemaker, when he was making these 3 wines, he used the same process, same barrel, same aging?
Pretty much.
Just
because ultimately it would be one thing for him to make 3 different Pinot Noirs based on 3 different regional styles, like Santa Rita Hills, Carneros, and Willamette Valley. But he has to be true to himself and kind of what he does. And he does these like amazing high-acid Willamette Valley Pinot Noirs.
Yeah.
And Pinot Noir is a sort of grape that is well-suited for that.
Sure.
So in his mind, he was like, hey, let's just be true to what Pinot Noir is, the way I know how to make it. And he made 3 high-acid Pinot Noirs.
So these are all French oak?
Yeah, absolutely.
Aged?
About 1/3 new.
The color on this is definitely a bit different.
Isn't that awesome?
That's amazing.
Wine life.
Unbelievable.
So this next wine is from Bouchain. This is Carneros AVA. One thing I love about Carneros for Pinot Noir, especially in the context of it versus a Willamette Valley Pinot, is just how different the fruit aromatics come across.
Yeah, it's an entirely different wine.
Right?
It's entirely different.
So keep in mind, made the exact same way as the first one.
The fruit in the Willamette one for me was a far more prominent. I'm definitely getting more of the sort of that terroir, that soil, the earthiness.
I like that. That's what I always tell people about this wine is that earth tones are really the giveaway. And that's what Carneros is to me.
Yeah, it's totally different. But this one, it was all fruit and acid. This is all, not all, but it's very, very earthy.
I think one thing I love about this is you get this like sort of strawberry essence and this like silty clay.
You do get that strawberry brigade,
right?
Yeah.
And also a bit of rose oil, and I think that those notes make this a standout. It's just a gorgeous wine, and it's showing really well right now. So
yeah, this is delightful as well.
That's pretty good.
I was thinking I liked that one a lot, but
just wait, man. I've got one more for you.
All right, let's check it out. Let's see this last one. So the last one is
this is West Lindsay's block from Lindcourt. Again, Santa Rita Hills.
Santa Rita. I'm going to have to get a cube of this before we go.
So
you guys can ship that, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So a lot of people would think that because Santa Rita Hills is located 915 miles south of here, that it's going to be a lot warmer, it's going to be kind of blown out with alcohol, it's going to be a much larger Pinot Noir. And you can get a sense right away that that's definitely not the case at all. Right. No. So it's important to note about these 3 locations that the Willamette Valley is a north-south running valley, as is the Napa Valley, north-south running.
Yeah.
The Santa Rita Hills are actually this kind of like chute of this cold ocean air. It's this east-west oriented slot. And it allows all this cold ocean air to come in and just allow this cold air to just sit with heavy fog around these grapes.
Yeah.
So it kind of repels the heat myth about this.
It's funny for me, this wine was all fruit. this wine was all terroir, and this wine is kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
It's sort of, it's a far more, I don't know, balance is probably not the right word, but nothing's jumping out at me like the other two.
If you ask me which is my favorite, I'd have to, say what week it's in.
Yeah, what
it's
day
changing all the
yeah.
time, right?
I'm interested to see, like, even with the refrigerated truck, there's an expectation that that's not going to really impact the grapes.
Oh, it doesn't. No.
Yeah, it takes a day or two to get here.
It takes a day or two, and I think
They cold soak them in the truck, probably.
well, it's just sitting in essentially bins, and these are cold trucks. I mean, it's kind of like if you've ever kept something in your refrigerator for 2 days, you know it's not going bad, and you know it's not really going to change the texture of it too much, especially something like grapes. And keep in mind too that a lot of wineries just can't keep up with how harvest is coming in, so it's not uncommon for grapes to wait some time in refrigerated trucks or in refrigeration before it gets processed. Isn't that awesome?
This is did you see the look on my face?
Oh my god.
It's like I get like a green tobacco leaf,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
with some like blackberry jam on it. This is marvelous.
So what I love about the Q projects is that keep in mind these are just the 3 wines that are wine.
Every single one of them has been my favorite.
Oh yeah. And what I like though is that all 3 winemakers did something entirely different. When you purchase a cube, all 9 wines, we give you a tech sheet and it tells you how each wine was made. So all 9 Pinot Noirs. So you get to see how our winemaker made all 3 of these, which is really unique.
Yeah.
And then Leslie over at Lincourt, she made it an entirely different way. It's just kind of a neat project,
It's a really cool, really interesting project. I heard about this project probably a year or so ago.
Okay.
And I've been kind of meaning to. I got to explore this, and so when we were coming up here, I'm like, we're absolutely gonna go to Amie and try the cube. It's been on my list of things to do for at least a year.
Well, thanks for contacting us. I like
awesome.
this.
Well, so that's the Cube project. Amie, what you guys have a website?
Yep, Amie.com.
ANNEAMIS.com.
AMIE.
Oh, ANAMIE.
That's correct.
Amie. Awesome. Check it out. The Cube project. It's fantastic. All 3 of these Pinots were my favorite. And as always, we're going out with 30 seconds of craziness. So, cheers. Luke, thanks.
Thanks.